Let's take a live look now at downtown Seattle. It probably doesn't feel as cold as it looks, or maybe it does. I don't know. I haven't been outside in a while, so I'm not sure how cold it is these days.
It's cleared up a little bit, Adam, since this morning.
Just a little bit, right? We got some sun breaks this afternoon. We were starting to use that word again after such a long, prolonged sort of lasting summer. Now, things are going to stay the same as what we've been noticing over the past few days. 50s, just barely getting up to 60 on Thursday before falling back down to the 50s by Friday. You can see where the average high is at 58 degrees. Most of these days, yes, cooler than normal. Big change from what we had earlier in the month. So the rainfall so far today, we just keep adding it up. About 1/10 of an inch around Seattle, 2/10 in Everett, and then about 1/3 to 1/2 inch from Bremerton over to Shelton. That's going to be the range, but of course the hot spot was out there along the north coast. Quileute coming in just under an inch of rain. Still some showers kind of here and there, so we're not completely done with this yet, but we do expect to see that. It will be far fewer of them as we head later on into the evening. Sun Mountain Lodge over in Winthrop right now. You can see the skies trying to break apart. That's east of the Cascades, and we're starting to see a few more sun breaks too. Seeing it quite a bit here today in Bellingham. We definitely saw more of the sunshine than what we had farther south. Cloudy skies mainly, but yes, we are seeing a few areas of sunshine. 55 in Seattle. Winds kind of breezy, 15 to 25 miles per hour, and those winds will remain around some of those marks here as we head on into the evening and tomorrow out ahead of our next system, which is going to bring in some more rain. So temperatures low to mid 50s across a lot of western Washington, upper 50s farther south in Tacoma, Renton, and Puyallup right now approaching 60 degrees. 55 in Bellingham, Forks sitting at 54. The radar, it's active, not quite as active earlier into the day, but there's some spots that we have right here across parts of the Olympic Peninsula dealing with some off and on light showers, and you can see a little instability, just a little quick lightning strike out that way. Not a big concern. Now the farther east you go, this is where we have some convergence happening between Highway 2, Interstate 90. Better chance of rain staying a bit more steady here, and possibly even some flash flooding into some of those parts, which we're going to talk about in a second. And then farther north, you have some areas of precipitation moving through and up into the mountains. That will mean some additional snow here as we go through the night. So that system going to be heading on out of here. Our next one going to be a bigger one coming in as we go late into tomorrow and heading into tomorrow night with a good dose of rain. Now, speaking of the snow farther north here for the night, winter weather advisory will be in effect until 5 a.m. Elevations above 4,000 feet expect to see anywhere between 4 to 8 inches of snow up there across those parts. And then we have this green shaded area right here. That's your flash flood watch that is in effect until 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Some areas of heavy rain could produce some flooding, but also those recent wildfire burn scars could create some debris flows with that too. So that's a concern, definitely not a definite, but definitely a concern for us as we head on into the night. So we have all of this moving on through. That's going to be the first wave, which starts to come to an end tonight about 10 p.m. And then we go into tomorrow morning. Morning commute, fine. No big worries as far as rain. The afternoon, evening commute will feature a lot more of this as it comes on by. Some heavier downpours with that. Adding up to about, I would say, a half an inch, maybe an inch of rain here across parts of western Washington. With the snow for areas, especially farther north you go, above 4,000 feet again. Stevens Pass, maybe about 10 inches here through Wednesday morning, closer to a foot around Mount Baker. Here's your 7-day forecast. 50 is a lot of these days. We'll top off at 60 with that brief break in the rain on Thursday, but then start it up all again Friday through Monday.